Chris Gore got the knowledge in store. Oh yeah, Alan Dan watching chop up a fire. Movie and TV show reviews what you need. Film threats on fire, we're planting the seeds. Film threat, we keep it real. Dive into the stories, you know the deal. Turn the phone, it's the place to be. Movie lovers gather round. 1, 2, 3. From blockbusters to indie gold. Oh yeah, Chris and Alan break the mold. Pop your corn, turn down the lights.
Happy New Year, everybody! Welcome to 2025. This is the Film Threat Friday livecast. Welcome today. Chris has been partying nonstop since January 1st, since the beginning of the new year. And actually, he has stopped. And that stop moment is today, right now, because he is feeling it. But Chris will be on in just a moment. We got a lot to talk about on the show today. What's coming up in 2025? I went to the Palm Springs International Film Festival last night. Got some tips there, got some pictures and stuff. Got a few news items, and we're going to talk about Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. So,
I figure let's just do the show.
I was going to say, where's Chris?
Oh, my jeans. Off to a great start in the new year, man. Oh my God. I'm so tired. What are you up to? I got my lightings all a little.
Yeah, I'm
off
tired
today.
too. I was at the Palm Springs International Film Festival. Went to the after party. The after party was not your typical party. It was a dinner, and yeah, roast turkey and pasta. Got to talk to a lot of people. It was kind of fascinating. I talked to a lot more people at this film festival than I have at other ones. So.
Yeah, well, I saw the pictures, so it looks like you had a lot of fun. Yeah. Let's say this is our first. What's like your second show in 2025? I did one on the first that I regret. I was so out of it.
I know. I was watching it, and
what's that? Why
I was watching it.
Save me. Because
I was naked at the time, and I didn't want to bother putting my clothes on.
Details are not necessary. Not necessary. Hey, let's say hi to everybody. First, starting with these supers.
Yeah, Noah Knox Marshall for 10. Hey, gents, here in Positano, I guess. A few late picks for our shot lists in this area. Vicarion Location Scout going great. Shooting here in April. Love you guys. Great having you to listen to while we travel. Hey, yeah. Good luck on the scouting locations there.
Thanks, Noah. Appreciate that.
Yeah, be sure to submit your film when it's done. Daniel for 2. Say no to Crocs in 2025.
Well, I can start in 2025 . So
okay, Suns and Shadows. Got to ask, what's the over under for coffee and Chris?
I'm only on my second cup, but it won't be enough for today. Won't be enough, but that's all right. Hey, Lord Comet is back
for 5. Happy New Year, Film Threat, and Chris and Alan and chat friends. What is your New Year's resolution? Also, did you miss me?
Missed you, Lord Comet. New Year's resolution. I gotta be disciplined this year to get everything done I want to get done. So I gotta get back to my routine. I am off my routine. So there you go.
Do you feel like every morning you wake up wondering what day it is?
During the holidays, yes, but I'll be fine by Monday. I don't know how. I still have my Christmas decorations up. Obviously, I think they are going in the box. Maybe today or this weekend for sure. So
yeah. I still have Thanksgiving in my background. So
there you go.
John Manling, thank God it's Film Threat indeed. What's up, Alan fans? Yeah, what's up, Alan fans?
Yeah, Alan fans and Alan Stan. Thanks, John Manling.
Jeffrey Levin became a YouTube member.
Thank you for that.
Jean Hu, greetings everyone. Happy 2025.
Hey, happy 2025 to you, Shang.
And John Manling also says, is 2025 the year we're going to hit 169K subs? Let's make it happen.
It's going to be borderline. We have been growing very slowly. So we gained this year about 30, maybe 30,000 new subscribers. So it'll be, if we grow at the same kind of slow rate, we'll barely make 169, I guess.
Well, I mean, if Superman flops and Fantastic Four flops, I think we can make.
We'll do great.
Yeah,
bring on the Acolyte. Hey, Tyler.
I know we need something. Disney just came in.
Speaking of Disney,
yeah. Oh, Tyler, claiming his name, his birthright for 5. Happy New Year, Chris and Alan.
Thank you, Tyler. I'm sure I'll see you very soon.
CD Stein 69, member for 14 months. Question for New Year's and the thumbnail: will Fantastic Four movie have the same weight of expectation on its success as Superman does for the DCU? The answer
we
is
will
yes.
We will get into that when we talk about upcoming movies. So I'm going to save this.
Yeah. And Lord Comet for 2. That's what she said. Roar. ML, member for 11 months. Happy New Year's to you both. Thank you, ML. And from from the great Lord Thoth, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Sign up as a member. Join us on X, Discord, Rumble, and Instagram. Buy our merch. Shop at filmthreat.com.
Yes, thank you, Lord Thoth. And CD Stein 69. I am saving your question for when we get to that part of our conversation. Remind people, go to shop.filmthreat.com. It is, I guess it's been revamped, but you can still get the Drinker's Choice collection among many others. Our wicked awesome shirts. So check them out at shop.filmthreat.com. Okay, couple things that are very interesting and kind of fun. Okay. Wait, get that banner off there. What are we doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. I want to show you a trailer. It's on our I gotta show you this, Alan. Okay. This is a surprise. We didn't really plan today all that well, but I have some items to talk about. We will talk about the most anticipated movies for 2025 later in the show. Got some news items. This is a trailer that's on our channel that has the most comments of any trailer, I think, of any piece of content we've ever posted. It's insane. It's for a movie called Loquessha, which I know you have not heard of. In a day when like people complain about, this is, people calling out woke stuff, or this is not this trailer. I'm going to let it speak for itself. A comedian made this movie starring himself. It's called Loquessha. I'm going to play it for you. But it has the most comments of anything we've ever posted. It has 116,000 views and over 1,000 comments. It's insane. I'm going to play it for you now. Alan, are you ready?
Yes.
You'll understand after I play it. Here we go.
You always seem to say the right thing to just the right person. What's your secret?
I'm really just talking to myself. I don't charge for my advice. Well, you should, because it was amazing. I saw this and I thought of you. You will be a hit in no time.
Welcome to the Joe Show. I submitted myself to a radio station for my own show.
Well, congratulations.
They rejected me.
Well, congratulations then.
You weren't right for your own show?
Jason's gifted. We need to get the money for this school.
$13,000 a semester? That's who needs their own show. If I was a black woman, I'd be perfect.
She's brilliant. I know. Get her in.
Loquessha gonna be the biggest thing in radio, but I still need my anonymity.
You nervous? It's not a crime. It's theater.
You live with Loquessha. What's your problem?
Hi, Loquessha. It's free.
Oh, I ain't talking to you, not the way you sound. Next caller.
You go, girl.
You just be good to her. If you good to yourself, you can be good to others. But don't be too good because the police will come around.
Where did you get this?
I got another job.
Doing what?
Consulting work.
What the hell would you know about being a white guy anyway?
I know quite a bit.
Loquessha is a real role model for every African-American woman on this planet. Like the whole city has a Loquessha mania.
I am Loquessha, officer.
What was that?
I think I might be a black woman trapped in a white man's body.
You need to talk to Loquessha. Just because she's a woman and a black person doesn't mean that she doesn't understand you.
Is this really happening?
I'm on a bridge above the river, and I'm going to jump.
But thanks for calling. Enjoy your jump.
I gotta start listening to her.
Alan,
Yes.
had you ever even heard of this movie? This is
Yes, we've talked about this before.
Yeah,
I
okay.
actually reviewed this movie.
Oh, you did? Okay, 5 years ago, we posted the trailer when we didn't know what we were doing with our YouTube channel. This keeps popping up. We are still to this day getting comments on this trailer. So you saw the movie. I
saw
never
the movie.
saw it. How was it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, how does Tyler Perry get away with it and not this guy?
Right.
I mean, the movie's okay. It's look, to call it racist means that this guy hates black people, and this movie is nothing like that. I would just say that it's a below average comedy and a bit misguided, which is why we have so many comments on it. I'd say the criticisms are, for the most part, have some merit, and but I think what fascinates me most is that someone had the balls to make this movie, and good on what's his name, Jeremy Saville for making this movie.
Yeah, it's but what's funny is we're getting new comments.
Yeah.
This was 2019.
Do you have any of the new ones, or I haven't checked in a long time?
No, I see them they pop up on the YouTube Studio app. But I just thought it's a reminder. This isn't going away. We should talk about this. So wanted to present to you the trailer. We'll put the link in the description, and you can go to loqueshamovie.com for more. Let's go to your comments.
I wonder if Loquessha is on Just Watch. Yeah, here it is. So if you want to watch Loquessha,
I'm sure it's on Tubi.
It is on Fubo.
Fubo.
It's on
Never
Fubo.
even heard of Fubo.
Oh, okay, so it's on Fubo, it's on Plex, and you can rent it, or no, it's on Prime Video as well.
Well, there you go. Let's go to comments here from Suns and Shadows.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not on Prime Video. It's you have to rent it there. Sons and Shadows says, so the trailer is better than the movie. Well, the movie is just an extended version of the trailer. The Garth Knight returns. I have found my inner movie. Yeah. Seed. Wow, this is absolute cringe. Yeah, I mean, look, he goes for it. There's no stopping this guy. Lord comment for 2. Look, it's Norm Macdonald, the movie. Rawr. The nerd far away. He kind of reminds me of Norm Macdonald just a tiny bit. Yep. Jean-Hu for 742. Leave the decorations up. Today is the 10th of Christmas. Sunday is the end and 12th night, Epiphany Eve. I have no idea what that means.
All right, I'll wait for Sunday. So there you go. It's decided. Jean-Hu. Okay, another quick thing. Maybe even related. I watch Tyler Zed. He has a show called Zeducation, and he did a segment related to something we recently did. So I have it queued up here, and I'm just gonna show this to you. So here we go.
All right, doesn't matter. You don't have to be a citizen. Sad, really.
I watched Gone with the Wind for the first time today. And before you turn it on, there's this disclaimer that says Gone with the Wind is a product of its time and depicts racial and ethnic prejudices that unfortunately were commonplace in American society. These racist depictions were wrong then and wrong today, but this picture is being presented as it was originally created. And I knew at that moment that I was really going to like the movie.
You know, I hate that. Someone I follow on Twitter, I just saw him say it this morning, Chris Gore. He said this, and I totally agree. Why do they keep making these disclaimers? Do you think we're stupid? Like, you have to talk down to us in these disclaimers before older movies? Shut up. Stop doing this crap. Leave your stupid disclaimers out. People, like, you think we need to have this disclaimer because we're that dumb we don't understand? Whatever, man. Minnesotans, when the gas pump said,
all right, so
well,
I thought that was
did you put a link in the description? That's all.
He probably didn't, but that's okay. We follow each other on I like his show, Zeducation, and it was nice to get a little call out. You know, he I don't know if he knows about Film Threat, but obviously, you know, he's all about talking about memes and weird videos, but it related to what I said about the tobacco depiction in Planet of the Apes. So I thought that would be fun to show. So
no, to me, in that one about Gone with the Wind, it was wrong then, it was wrong now. Well, was it wrong then?
Right. Here we go.
Oh yeah, Phil Gone. Really, racism during the Civil War?
Yeah, can't believe that.
The Nerd Far Away, and that's why I have Gone with the Wind on DVD.
I do as well.
Me too. Lord Comet for 5. I identify as a cheese sandwich. I'm good enough for a movie.
Am I good enough?
Am I good enough for a movie? M for 10. Off topic. The Comic-Con Museum has a superhero exhibit that you guys would love. Go into the mythos of superheroes and the connection with Greek gods. Favorite part is comics from around the world.
Oh, thanks, M. Yes, I have been to that museum. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, they moved it actually. It's not in that singular building. It's in the museum proper over in
that's cool.
Balboa Park.
I'll go back.
I went there. Yeah, went there during Comic-Con. A lot of fun.
All right, one more thing from my show and tell. You ready for this? Animation Vault took a segment from the Justine Bateman interview we did and animated it. Animation Vault. We'll put the link in the description. This is from Film Threat. It's only 2 minutes. Let's check this out.
I think generative AI is one of the worst ideas society's ever had because it discredits and disrespects human effort so utterly and completely. It can only regurgitate the past, which is, we've been kind of doing that by hand for the last 10 years with all the reboots and sequels and all of that. You know, every artist, I feel like, is a tube through which, you know, God, the universe, magic, whatever you want to call it, comes through into society. We're the tubes that's through which society gets all this stuff. So if you decide you're going to use AI, now your tube is closed because nothing new is going to come through AI. New things come through humans, period, in our world. All the innovations and exciting things that have ever happened in culture, medicine, everything in the past have all come through humans. The audience is going to respond to AI, especially where they get to know, like, oh, tonight I want to watch Star Wars and put my face on Princess Leia's body, like that, right? So I think they'll get to a point where they'll go, and I don't want to, for my entertainment, I don't want to be tricked anymore. I want to know, is this a person I'm looking at or not? Anyway, so I'm excited for what happens on the other side of that breaking in the film business, which is finally a new genre. You'll have filmmakers that are going to have to differentiate themselves from that which generative AI can do faster and cheaper. So they'll have to do work that generative AI can't generate. They'll have to do something that's really unique.
Yeah, I thought that was I mean, I love Dominic. He does that channel. He's done little animations of you and I before. So why don't he whip that up? He whipped that up, and he shows examples of AI, but then of course features. I mean, it's like a hand-drawn thing that he does. So there you go. Just that's cool. I hope Justine sees it. I hope she sees it.
That'd be cool.
Let's go to comments here.
Yes, ZG for 5. Happy 2025, you beautiful fools.
Oh, thank you so much.
Filthy animals. Kaylee for 5. The fact that Chris and Tyler Zed watch and follow one another makes my day. Happy New Year, fellas. I've never heard of this guy, but I'll follow.
He is amazing. Tyler Zed. He just shows memes and funny videos and comments on them, and he's really smart. He wrote a book about his upbringing. He had kind of a tragic upbringing, and he joined the Navy and then started a YouTube channel, and it's become very successful. He's over 1 million subs. So good for him. And there's a lot of in jokes when you watch it, but I just love, he laughs at all the memes. It's not a dark show. It's not super serious. It's just really fun. And so I followed him. He followed me back. He's even brought up indirectly the Make Marvel Mail Again. Like I don't know that he knows it's me, but he's brought that up in a funny way. So there you go.
Just saying, put links in the description.
It's all
Spidey Sensei 72 for 5. Meta and Twitter launch fake AI people on their platforms, and people don't even realize it.
Yeah, that's sad.
Did they launch it, or are people exploiting it and then bringing in AI people?
Yes. Well, it's
Rudy.
It's a new controversy right now.
Yeah. All right. Rudy for 5. She said AI can't innovate, but apparently neither can modern writers.
Well, the problem is with modern writers when they're pushing agendas and they have like some message behind what they're doing, it boxes you in because everything must conform to the message. And when that happens, you are locked in. That's why these movies are so predictable in terms of this person won't die, that person's the hero, this person can't be shamed, the white guy will look stupid. I mean, they're so locked into a set of rules that they rarely deviate. So they're very predictable. And so, but they're thus bad.
Yeah. But in terms of modern writers, I think like you watch the John Williams documentary. What made John Williams great? What made him prolific? What made him the best composer in the world ever? Is he studied the past. He studied the classics. And then he brought that into his own style. And I think modern writers in schools, they have disdain for the past and for past authors. I mean, who reads Mark Twain anymore? BMO better. AI is a tool that human uses, but I get what she is saying. Yeah. Nerd Far Away. That interview was phenomenal. I wrote down what she said about AI generative stuff.
Well, now you have it in animation.
Yeah. Lord Comet for 2. I prefer sex ed more than Zed ed. That's just me.
That's funny. All right, Alan, you've got some news items to share.
Yeah.
I might have some other things to share, but okay. What would you like to? Let's do this.
Yeah. Okay. So yesterday was the beginning of the 2025 Palm Springs International Film Festival. I was invited to go out, and I did. On the first day, they showed 2 movies that I had seen many times already. So here, let me grab my
sure
photos here. Here we go. So yeah, there's me at the Annenberg Theater in Palm Springs, where I saw A Real Pain. Jesse Eisenberg was there to talk about it, give a Q&A. So two things. One is having seen A Real Pain now for the third time, I am starting to warm up to this movie. I think there's something about seeing it in a theater versus on your television, and seeing it with an older crowd like I was at the Palm Springs Film Festival. The second thing is Jesse Eisenberg is as crazy and neurotic as you think he is, probably more so. I recorded the Q&A, and I'm downloading it now. I'll get it on YouTube for members soon. But so Jesse decided that he's tired of doing moderated Q&As, and that he took this moment. I guess this is one of his final screenings, festival screenings for the film. He decided that he's just going to moderate himself, and he just stood up and did Q&As. The guy, he's crazy, but he talks a lot about the grounding influences in his life, such as his wife and his friends. And he talked about how I guess A Real Pain was for him. If you ever watch his plays or anything, it's very in your head, very crazy, very manic, and A Real Pain is probably the most accessible movie of his work that he has, and he was pleasantly surprised that A Real Pain resonated with general audiences as it did. And so I think he was very appreciative of that fact, but crazy nonetheless. So we'll have that Q&A up on the member channel. He also talked one interesting thing you'll see in that interview, that Q&A, is Kieran Culkin. Because essentially, he was saying Kieran Culkin, before the film started, tried to get out of the movie, was begging desperately to get out of the movie. And it was Emma Stone, who is a producer on this film, that convinced him to keep going, to do it. And then when he showed up on set, he had never read the script. And God. But the thing about Kieran Culkin is, you give him the script, he looks it over for 2 minutes, and he has it memorized.
Wow.
And that is the performance you got. And he was, he called him a motherfucker right off the bat. But when the rehearsal scene was the one amongst the statues, and Kieran hadn't read the script, didn't know anything about it. He read it in the rehearsal. He did it once, and basically the performance you see in the movie is the performance in that first rehearsal. And I'm learning a lot about Kieran Culkin at this moment. And then everyone's begging him to watch Succession, which Jesse hasn't done. All right, so that's the Annenberg. Then they have a it's in the museum. Here's the museum. There you go.
Hey, there you are.
There's my face. Yeah, and then me enjoying the photos.
What?
What? You want to see that again?
What is that?
I have no idea, but I don't know. I somehow resonated with it for some reason. Let's see. David Hockney has an exhibit. And then, okay, so here's the thing. The opening screening was for Better Man, the story of Robbie Williams, one of my top 10 movies of the year. Here's the funny thing. So I got invited to come to cover the festival. Got a ticket for the opening night. You can see these yellow tags here. These are reserved seats. When I got into the theater, 98% of the seats in the theater had these yellow tags on it. And so I was way up in the front row and grabbed one of the seats that didn't have a yellow tag, which it's just kind of a weird thing. But if you want to get in that main room, you got to have the invite. And I guess I got lucky this year.
Cool.
Let's see. So yeah, there's the mayor. Yeah, sorry. There's the mayor of Palm Springs. This is the leader of the Agua Caliente tribe whose lands we were on.
Wait, did they do a land acknowledgement?
Not only that, there's a whole presentation about the tribe here. This guy is funny because all he did was talk about great restaurants you can go to in Palm Springs.
And what land are those restaurants on?
Yeah, it's all on the same land. The The Agua Caliente Casino is there. Okay, and here's Michael Gracie, the director of Better Man. And he talked a lot about Robbie Williams in the sense of how Robbie Williams saved his career. Because if it wasn't for Robbie Williams, The Greatest Showman would have never been made. And he had never met Robbie Williams up until that point. And that whole story will be on the member channel. Look, the after party was not an after party. It was a full-on dinner. It was a turkey dinner. I love it. It was 10 o'clock at night, and I'm getting 2 plates of turkey. And there you go. The after party. So there you go.
What is with your face? You make these faces.
Well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, it's like, do the same pose all the time.
What was the best restaurant?
You know what? I got there. I got my press credentials. Barely had time to see A Real Pain. Thinking I could get dinner in between. No, I had to rush over to the Palm Springs High School to get to the Better Man screening because clearly there wasn't enough seats for people.
Right.
And then right afterwards go to the after party. And thank God there was a dinner. And this was at the Air Museum in Palm Springs. I'll say this about the Palm Springs International Film Festival. It is one of my favorites. It is strategically placed during Golden Globes weekend. So that's how they're able to get all these stars to come out. And
they're already on the West Coast.
Yep, they're already there. And I'm pretty sure they offer them the
car service
accommodations at some of the great hotels in Palm Springs. But also, in addition to the big Hollywood studio films, a lot of great international films. If you go to the film festival, be prepared to do a lot of reading because most of the films will be subtitled. Right. But very unique. I saw Mafia Inc., which was a indie film about the Canadian mafia in Montreal, and love that film. I believe that was actually nominated for award this as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's happening this weekend. It's 2 damn weeks. So it's it started Thursday and it ends next Sunday. So that's about 10 days.
Right. Let's go to comments here.
Yes. Here, let me
put up a more fun face.
Hold on. I'm trying to. Okay, there we go. There you go. The nerd far away, Alan's faces. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Patrick Lemire. If you haven't seen The Squid and the Whale, do you yourself do yourself a favor and check it out. Eisenberg and Owen Klein's debut.
It's phenomenal. That's the first thing I think I even remember Eisenberg. He was amazing.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Now, Owen Klein was in the movie, or did he?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Rumble Hotep. Jesse Eisenberg gave a speech just to Alan in an empty theater. No, it was full. Believe me, it was full. Modest Mike became a YouTube member.
Thank you for that.
Colossal Dog. You were in hot water with the Agua Caliente tribe. Was I?
Typical Alan.
Yeah.
Typical Alan. All right. A couple more things and we'll get to our main topic. Alan, you all right?
Yeah, the dog. All right.
Okay. You put these in here. Where do you want to go? I think we should get to this one.
Yeah.
Let's do this, Alan. If you'd share screen.
Yes. So this is just basically let me share it. Sorry, it's like when you go to this. Oh, here you go. So I'm basically going off of this is Clownfish TV, their video. We're not going to play the video, but animators are quitting Hollywood. And there's 3 main reasons. Neon goes into it in depth in his. He goes to a Reddit post where animators are posting saying that there's no work and that they're going home. They're leaving.
Wow.
A couple of reasons. One is there's a lack of work. Projects are thinning themselves out. They're reducing, especially here in Hollywood. There's also a lack of money. Studios are, if they're putting up money for an animation project, the budgets are being slashed.
Right.
And then third is artificial intelligence. It's just going to start taking over. They're starting to explore these realms. But we talked a lot about it. That you go through the D files, how one person, Jennifer Lee, destroyed a legacy, which is the Walt Disney Animation Studios.
Yeah.
Moana 2 was made in Canada at the studio they built there. And the impression we get from the people we talk to is woke activism is the thing that brought it down. I think what Disney is doing, and it seems to be that way, is and we talked about this before, but in Hollywood in general, I think the reason they're shutting down projects in Hollywood is to squeeze out the activists, to say there's no work for you, go home. And then when they're gone,
when the industry shrinks, they got to look at who to keep on. And I really think now we're going towards merit-based workplace. That is coming back. Normalize firing people who are terrible at their jobs, and normalize rewarding those who show promise. Normalize, reward merit. Get back to merit-based workplace.
Yeah. Now I've had someone tell me that that Disney has been quietly making phone calls to some of the veterans that left or were fired.
Really?
Really. I don't have much more to say other than that. But I think they realized what the problem was. We again go to the D files. We go through that because all the veterans, all the people who knew the Disney style, the Disney flavor, Disney traditions, were all left. They were either fired, they got frustrated, or they just bent their knee to keep their jobs, and they were replaced by people who were inexperienced with animation. And we'll just go to Disney Plus, watch Wish, and you'll see the abomination that movie is when it comes to Disney animation. And it's sad because it took Disney 100 years to build his studio, and it took only 4 years to tear it down.
Yep. We are gonna go to a couple more news stories, and then we'll get to your comments. And then we're going to do at the top of the hour, we'll get to our main topic. I appreciate your patience. What is this?
Okay, this is my clickbait story
here. What's going on?
Yeah, where are you?
I will fix it. There, I fixed it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, go on.
This is from Variety. Tom Holland won't walk the red carpet at Zendaya's film premieres because it's her moment. Says, "When I have kids, you will not see me in movies anymore." Tom Holland recently told Men's Health that he chooses not to walk the red carpet alongside his girlfriend Zendaya at her movie premieres because it's not my moment, it's her moment. And if we go together, it's about us. Two actors are happy to join forces when it's a movie they've shot together, like Spider-Man. But Holland didn't want to steal any of the spotlight away from Challengers or Dune. Let's see. When the two actors went public with their relationship in 2021, when Holland did not discuss any details about his private life with Zendaya, he did briefly look to the future when bringing up his career, what his career might look like if he starts a family. "When I have kids, you will not see me in movies anymore," Holland said. "Golf and dad, and I will just disappear off the face of the earth." Holland appeared in an episode of the Dish podcast last month and got asked what's like acting with Zendaya. He quipped, "Studios love it. One hotel room, separate drivers. We're not crazy now. Listen, it works all right." We'll just end it there.
Well, I respect him. I don't know what that means with Marvel, but I hate to say this. I think he is recastable. Like the character is more famous than Tom Holland. Let's be fair. Yeah. And other people have played that role. I don't think he is the best. I think Tobey Maguire for me is the best Spider-Man. Sorry, I'm old school. So I think they will simply recast and not mention a thing. I mean, they might as well do it now, if you ask me. I mean, they kind of reset, the Spider Batman universe in a sense. So I think someone else could easily step into that role. No disrespect. I think he is fine, but maybe someone can add something. You get 3 movies, a reboot. And, with Bond, what is it? 3 to 5 films, a reboot. It's maybe it's time if this is what he's thinking.
Yeah. The appeal of Tom Holland when he first appeared as Spider-Man was he was young. He was youthful. He looked younger than Toby and Andrew. And to me, that's my memories of Spider-Man is this high school student. And he came across as that high school student. But the problem is he got older. Damn him. And what I think they should do with the fourth Spider-Man with Tom Holland is he teams up with Mephisto and he resets everything. So that
maybe. Wrap up all the loose ends in the Marvel.
That was a great storyline. That was a great storyline after Civil War. Why not do it here? I mean, really.
Yeah.
Joe Quesada's greatest moments at Marvel.
Well, he is putting the feelers out there that, like, look, get ready to recast me.
Yeah.
So there you go.
One of the reasons I posted this article was I feel like that the comment he made about when he has kids, he's going to retire, is fodder for feminism, for a feminist meltdown. Just the idea that, well, if a man can do it, if a man can quit, why should women do it? And I'm just waiting for the backlash, and it's sad because this is the game of Hollywood entertainment news. Is you take a small segment, a small sentence that an actor says, and then you blow it out of proportion. I mean, good on him. I mean, I would, if I had my druthers when I had my daughter, would love to have quit and just spent my days raising my daughter. But that's not a reality for the majority of us. And if you're lucky enough to do it, by God, do it. Be a parent to your child.
Cool. Let's go to another news story and then we will get to your comments. I promise you.
Okay.
Right here. Why is Hollywood suddenly silent about Trump? Obviously, the results of the election, not just the Electoral College win, the popular vote, and taking the House and Senate is kind of crazy. So, how is Hollywood reacting? They seem to just not say much. If you could bring up the story, Alan.
Yes. Here we go.
And that is, of course, a shot from The Apprentice, where Sebastian Stan plays Donald Trump, a young Donald Trump from the 70s and 80s, and it tracks his meteoric rise in New York and as a real estate mogul. But what's the headline?
Yeah, the headline is, why is Hollywood suddenly silent on Trump? It's from the Hollywood Reporter, Steven Zaitchik. The digs at Hollywood were blunt and unusual. The Apprentice stars were mad, stunned that so few of their peers would engage with them. People have been afraid to touch this film, to be seen as complicit in the film, to support the film, to publicly endorse the film, and certainly to show the film on streaming platforms. Jeremy Strong, who plays Roy Cohn in the independently filmed Donald Trump origin story, he told me recently, but the role of storytelling is to hold up a mirror. It's not to make people feel comfortable. It's not to simply entertain. It's to hold feet to the fire. I can't think of a subject more relevant to what all of us are living through, he added. Not to be embraced by an industry has been really hard. His co-star Sebastian Stan also pointed, when it comes to artistry and creativity, we have to be able to protect free speech. It shouldn't be selective free speech, Stan, who played Trump. It should be free speech on all fronts. We can't get normalized about what we can and can't talk about. Let's see. Excuse me.
Well, you remember that Sebastian Stan, he made that comment at that one Q&A where he said he was going to do the actors on acting, and they have a thing where they have actors interview other actors. He couldn't find an actor to interview him about the movie. No one would do it. It's kind of sad. It's like, do you want to be blissfully ignorant? it really does bother me that like Hollywood can't have a conversation or in any way be looking to potentially promoting or saying anything nice about Trump. You're out of the club.
Yeah.
It's very sad to see. It's very divisive.
I mean, it's been weird. You know, I've been doing improv at the National Comedy Theater since 2001, and you know, being kind of the in the minority when it comes to conservative politics compared to the vast majority of my liberal friends there. You know, starting with Bush, going through Obama, you know, we talk politics. You know, they certainly didn't like Bush. I you know, not the biggest fan of Obama.
Right.
But we could talk about it. We could joke about it on stage.
Right.
But what happened was when Trump got the nomination, all of a sudden you couldn't say it. Like I would do just weird things like you know, I'd open a scene with, man, all he wanted to do was make America great again. And that statement worked one time. We did a improv based on that. But the second time I tried it, the audience just went right against me. I remember after the show, people giving me the stink eye. Then noted afterwards is, you know, we don't bring politics in the show. And I was like, you know, I just said make America great again. And yeah, and it became very clear to me during the election and when Trump won that that Donald Trump just became this forbidden topic.
Right.
No one brings it up. You bring it up and you'll get fired.
Right.
Or you'll get a talking to. You'll go to HR. Right. And I feel like the election back in November kind of let the air out of all that. And people are now starting to actually utter the name Trump. And I think this is the last vestige of that, where I think after this, you know, this movie came out before the election. People didn't want to talk about it. I think it's now free. People are now free to talk about it. And I hope that's true.
Let's go to your comments here. And Alan, I'm going to take a quick break. So I'll be back.
So we'll do all these comments about me. Here we go. From SDW40. Alan's face reminds me of a child begrudgingly getting their picture taken at school.
Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do drugs, kids. Patrick Lemire, animation, DI plus AI equals DOA. Very good. Excuse me. The Garth Knight returns. A lot of Western animation is trash nowadays. It has been declining for years. Yeah, I mean, it has to do with, I think it has to do with bad storytelling. We covered that in the Disney Files. Also, you know, there's this new style of animation coming in that's been being produced over the last few years that seems cool at the time, and now it's overdone. And now that we're seeing it all the time, we're just getting tired of it. I mean, you know, Rick and Morty. We haven't even evolved that far off from The Simpsons, and yet that's what animation is now. All right, knee pain. Hey, knee pain. Denormalize failing upward. There you go. Joe Chapman. Disney still has a mountain of shit coming through that is Snow. Mountain of shit coming through that is Snow White, though. Yeah, I mean, you know, I kind of make a distinction between the live action and the animation. You know, Mufasa is considered live action, even though it's animated. It wasn't done through the animation studios, but they just don't know how to tell a story. And certainly when you give Walt Disney Studios the opportunity to animate, they don't know how to animate either. And that's what you got with The Lion King or Mufasa. Be more better. Decentralization of movie making should be focused in 2025 and beyond. Yeah, Hollywood's not the dream anymore. No one's flocking to Hollywood. You know, I have a friend whose daughter is going to get into animation, and I'm going to send him the Clownfish TV video, because animation is in trouble, and it seems like it's either going to go overseas. It'll be studios sending their animation overseas or to Canada, and it'll be independent filmmakers who are going to have to save the genre, the medium. Christopher Moonlight Productions. I'm making a whole animated movie from my house, filled with environments, creatures, characters, and special effects, and the quality is as good as anything I've seen coming out of the studios now. Yeah, you actually showed us some of that, and very impressed. Fedorovsky. Toby might be the best, but is he the gayest Spider-Man? Yeah, we'll see. Definitely like Toby. Patrick Lemire, make Peter Parker American again. Yeah. Portland 182. Hollywood finally realized that they were in a bubble all along, and they thought not, and then they are not representative of the rest of the country. Probably worried about the future revenge taxation too. To this comment, I think for a lot of woke activists, woke progressives, it is beyond their comprehension that anyone could think differently from them, which is why they call anyone who does think differently from them incels, racists, homophobes, everything. Because I think there is a general surprise that there are now not only people who don't think like them, but now those people are in the majority. All right. And from Ololi Ukui, they used to think silence equals agreement. Now they realize not everyone who remains silent around them agrees with them. Yeah. Again, no one was pushing back, and that was the problem. Is at least the problem I expressed or I felt was, when you push back, it just, literally, I'll say something and it'll just devolve into these rants, these insane rants, and when you're the only one in the room who doesn't agree with it, and before a show, the last thing you want to do is get into a political fight. Okay, any other comments as Chris gets back? Let's see. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. You're back.
All right, let's go. But before we talk about our main topic for today, I want to remind everybody about Award This. It's coming soon. I'll be updating the website this weekend. But go to look up our link tree. But tickets are now on sale. Check it out. We will, if you cannot attend live, we will be showing it on YouTube like the next day. You won't get, but seeing it live, there's nothing like it.
This was a film that we shot on a $30K budget.
We're not going to get Oscars. We're not going to get Independent Spirit Awards. We don't have the huge budgets to get those awards.
While Hollywood continues to churn out sequels and franchise factory films, exciting and original indie movies of all kinds are being released in theaters, on demand, and on streaming, and we're here to celebrate them.
So crazy. Thank you so much.
I'm going to fill this with Mountain Dew.
First they ignore you, and then they laugh at you, and then they fight you, and then you win.
You guys help everyone in this room push the dream a little bit longer.
I think that Film Threat and Award This really are champions, true champions of independent film, which we've seen here.
Are you going to be there, Alan?
Yeah, I will be there. True champions. I have my tux.
Nice.
I'll have to get dry cleaned after after the CCA awards.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
And then
all right, let's get to our main topic. And you saw a lot of outlets did articles about this. Most anticipated films of 2025. I found many articles tackling this topic. Here's one here from, I'm not familiar with this site, Cinelink. most anticipated films of 2025. Here it is. The obvious ones, they feature Superman 28 days later, or 28 years later, Mission Impossible, Thunderbolts. So they've got their own list. And I have thoughts, and I have a graphic that might be better illustrate this, but I'll go through this article from Cinelinks. That's links with an X. Avatar Fire and Ash coming out in the fall. It will be huge. I predict huge. And then people will forget about it. So Jurassic World Rebirth, 28 years later, Thunderbolts, Avatar Fire and Ash, Superman, and honorable mentions, Mortal Kombat 2, Captain America Brave New World, Mickey 17. That one looks fun. And then, of course, John Wick Ballerina, and then Wicked Part 2 as well. These are, I guess they had their editors go through and make a list of their favorites. I think the main thing can be summed up in a graphic, which from IMDb, which I found, which I thought was very helpful. Here is theirs. Their most anticipated. A couple of these I really don't care about. Number one is Superman. I would agree. That is, but the problem with that is it's starting to feel like a DC Universe movie featuring Superman, but not a Superman movie. He's reintroducing the entire universe and doing it with the tone of a James Gunn film, which I have no problem with. But that's for me definitely in my top. So top 3, I'd say. Alan, what do you think?
Regarding Superman, the mistake was that last trailer. Again, we were, it really needed to floor everybody. It needed to, like I said, hit a home run, and it hit a double instead. And look, Fantastic Four, you need to this next trailer you're going to put out, it needs to be the greatest trailer ever made.
Well, yeah, they haven't put it out. They haven't put out a Fantastic Four trailer. I guarantee it'll be in front of Captain America Brave New World, because by then it'll be 5 months out. And we saw quite a bit in Hall H this show.
Yeah, no, all I'll say is, you're right. If Captain America Brave New World wants to make money, put the Fantastic Four trailer in front of it. Don't put
that
it on
would get
YouTube.
me to go see it more than once.
Yeah,
but I'll just say that all I have wanted in my lifetime is a good Fantastic Four movie. They've done so many versions of the FF, and I don't think any one of them is right. They got elements, but it is not. And the last one was
by
Josh Trank.
Yeah,
it went kind of darker. Like, I guess the comics have done a version where it's like body horror. I did not like that at all.
And didn't the studio
might be the
take
worst
over or something? I think the studio took over from it.
Yeah, it was taken away from Josh Trank, and he was shit talking it before it came out.
Yeah.
So,
well, you interviewed him for his movie Capote, and
Capone.
Capone. That's right, Capone. And it sounded like that Capone, the movie, and its tones, and if you watch it, you'll understand, was his catharsis for his or experience.
Right.
I mean, I've read the Fantastic Four, and like Superman or like Batman, it should be a TV series versus a movie.
Yeah, I agree. It's more episodic, it would be better like a 1 hour long Doctor Who like adventures through
like the cartoon series, like the animated series.
Make it like it's always adventures, but you have to tell the origin in a flashback, just like the comics did for like the first 50 issues. They would retell the origin of the FF. So it's definitely maybe more anticipated for me, but it may be the first sign of Marvel getting back on track. I think it's as important to Marvel as Superman is to DC.
Yeah, but I'll say that Fantastic Four, I've always felt it's going to be difficult to make a movie with the Fantastic Four. You know, like I said, it's easier to make a Superman movie than it is to make a Fantastic Four movie, to make people care about this family. It's like I wanted to succeed so badly, but I can see it failing real easily. So look, my advice to Marvel is, when you put that first trailer out in front of Captain America: Brave New World, it's got to hit that home run. It's got to hit a grand slam. Otherwise, you're in trouble. It's just not a good way to build momentum for this movie.
Well, I'll just say this: I think Marvel has more experience in making blockbusters, and Deadpool and Wolverine was a hit. I mean, mostly due to, of course, Ryan Reynolds. But I would just say that Fantastic Four has to do well. It'll show Marvel's back on track.
It has to do great. It has to do great.
Yeah, it has to be great. And Superman cannot be a good movie. It has to be great. Number 2, 28 years later, I'm all about it.
The trailer alone.
I don't want to see any. That trailer was a home run.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't super excited until I saw the trailer.
Yeah. It's just, it does everything it needs to do. It just tells the audience, what the hell is this? And I need to see what it is.
Now let me tell you the ones I don't care about.
Yep.
How to Train Your Dragon. Do not care at all. Minecraft movie is a miss. I mean, that trailer alone was terrible.
What's number 5? You're covering.
I'll scroll down. It's Thunderbolts. Mission Impossible. But Snow White. I know I don't care. We already know it will be bad based on everything we've seen. But it's going to build YouTube channels at this point. I think
it'll be an event film.
And Captain America: Brave New World, which is teetering on, is it 2 hours and 40-minute runtime? It's almost 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Look it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
It's been reported. It's long. I don't care. I am dreading it. Like Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2. I dreaded that movie, and it even was below my expectations. And this should be the same. I also think that they're trying out concepts that failed in the comics, hoping to improve them. There's a reason they failed in the comics. There's a reason that Sam Wilson, Captain America, did not resonate. There's a reason Red Hulk didn't work. So we're going to see it, but I'm dreading it. All the news has been bad. What's it say, the running time?
It says 2 hours, 4 minutes.
4
minutes, 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Maybe they changed it, or maybe it hasn't.
Well, I mean, look, they're probably still re-editing it now. One of the things that happened out of San Diego Comic-Con was they brought the cast out. They brought Giancarlo Esposito.
Right.
And then he winds up talking about how he never met the other cast members until now. Which
Right.
tells you his role in the movie. It's like taking a pile of shit and trying to make prettier shit out of it. And that just seems to be what they're doing, is they're throwing more money at it. And Disney needs to just do what they did with Flash. Stop throwing more money at it and just put the damn movie out and let the chips fall where they may.
Right. Jurassic World Rebirth, don't care.
Don't care.
There hasn't been a great I like Jurassic World, the first one. It felt almost like a proper sequel to the first movie. The legacy of the first movie.
You're talking about the first Jurassic World.
Correct. It
Okay.
was, kind of a sequel to, it was it's another movie I know there was Jurassic Park 2 and 3 and all of them are lesser films.
Well, the best thing about Jurassic Park World was they actually built the theme park.
Right.
I mean, that's
functioning.
That should be what the sequel should have been. Look, there's only one reason people are going to see Jurassic World Rebirth, and that's Scarlett Johansson.
I don't know if that's the only reason. I love.
What other reason would you want to see that movie?
Well, Well, true, because I like her as an action hero.
Exactly.
I think she's very good. She's great as Black Widow.
Yeah, because we know nothing of this story. It's probably going to be a rehash of everything. Hey, there's a world where dinosaurs are existing. You know, we need to go there, go in, get something, and then get it back out. You know, I know nothing of the story. All I know is the title and that Scarlett Johansson is in it.
Yeah, this list is now Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. That I'm really interested because hearing about the crazy stuff that happened on set was nuts. I mean, people nearly died. It's just the thing, all the stuff with the sub, and I think those movies are really entertaining. I think also the first movie, the part one of this story, kind of underwhelmed, you know, at the box office. I enjoyed the movie quite a bit.
Yeah, it was good, but it wasn't great.
Right. So, and I know that Tom Cruise, this will be the last time he plays this character. So I think he could end up dying in this. His character may end up dying. Who knows?
He's going to pull a James Bond. Is that?
He might, and then pass the torch off to Glenn Howerton. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But
and then Haley Atwell's in it. So
I always liked her. So it's a good list. You know, I'd say half these movies I am looking forward to. The other half don't care. Maybe 4 of these movies: Superman, 28 Years Later, Fantastic Four, and Mission Impossible. Are my picks. And Thunderbolts, I keep hearing great stuff about Thunderbolts. I think it's because no one has any expectation for what it is.
I think you're right. And you know, good on them if it's good. But what we do know is it's inconsequential to the MCU.
Yeah.
And the other thing about How to Train Your Dragon, you know, if you're going to do a shot-for-shot remake of a computer-generated animated movie, why are you doing a shot-for-shot remake of a computer animated movie?
It doesn't make sense.
The thing that I saw was it's the exact same scene from the animated feature. You just swapped out the main character with a human.
Right. It's kind of like those old like Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, those movies where they have animation mixed with real people. That's all this is.
Yeah.
Right. Because the designs of the dragons are right out of the animated movie.
Yeah. And I guess the report is that the original director of the cartoon came back because he was afraid someone else was going to get hired and screwed it up. And if they're going to make the movie anyways, he might as well get involved and try to do it right. But this is one of those movies of we don't need this because we already have the perfect version of it.
I would also add Avatar 3 to my list. I enjoy those movies. I don't think about it. I don't buy merch. I don't care. I enjoy the experience of watching them. It's literally a theme park ride. Those movies are theme park rides, right? I mean, the swooping through the water and all that. It's almost like, oh, I'm on vacation, you know? It's like a really pretty screensaver.
Yeah, I mean, Way of Water was just basically half of the movie was just being immersed in the world.
Right.
Yeah, and that was water, and now we're gonna fire.
Any comments on anything else on or off this list?
I don't even know what else is off this list.
Well, there you go. Let's go to your comments.
All right, C-Sign69, member for 14 months. Question for New Year and the thumbnail: will Fantastic Four have to have the same weight of expectation on his success for the MCU as Superman does for the DCU?
100%. We talked about maybe, because they have to right the ship, and you're going to see Captain America prediction will be a dud. Thunderbolts will be even if it's good, will probably not perform well. There's no Ryan Reynolds in this movie. It's not a movie with a cliffhanger or what's the post-credit scene. So it'll do fine. And then you've got Fantastic Four, which is a big question mark. I mean, Fantastic Four means something for me. I don't know if normies care. So it does have that, like, we have to get people back with something different. And they have to get the FF right.
Well, you just said it there. You have to sell the Fantastic Four to the general public to get them to come. Because compared to like Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, the Incredible Hulk, the Fantastic Four is more known to comic book fans than it is to the general public. And so there's a sell job that has to occur here. And question is, can they do it? Can they do it right? Marketing is just as much a player in this game as the film itself. Low comment for 2. Fantastic Four first step sounds like a real stretch.
Thanks, Lord Comet.
A modest mic for 5. Brave New World doesn't look bad. The cinematography has always been great. Should be better than Thunderbolts.
We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
You're much more optimistic than we are. Oliver Lavery-Farag for 5. Gareth Edwards is what draws me into Jurassic Park. Really interested in what he does visually after the creator. ScarJo doesn't hurt either. So.
Yeah, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Patrick Lemire, what popcorn bucket are you looking forward to most this year?
Superman and Fantastic Four, I'd say.
I think the popcorn bucket for Fantastic Four will be the Thing head, and then you crack.
Oh, that'd be great! I would love that.
Well, you saw Cinemark has a deal going on this year. BYOB, bring your own bucket. So whatever bucket you bring to the theater, you spend $5 and they'll fill it up for you.
Whoa!
Yeah, no matter what size, they'll fill it up.
Wow!
Compost Sergio.
Wait a sec, a bucket that you bought at Cinemark?
No, I think it's any bucket. If I casually read the article, so I don't know the exact details, but I could see abuse where you show up and their popcorn machine is empty because some idiot brought a giant trash bag,
right?
Popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
All right, Compost Sergio. The trailer for 28 Years Later just blows the competition away. I hope the movie is as good. I am tired of being disappointed. Greetings from Switzerland.
Greetings. And it is any bucket. Any bucket. You bring it. It can be a bucket you have. Bring a bucket. They'll fill it for $5.
Yeah.
It probably costs them under $1 for the popcorn itself.
Fine. But again, those... Yeah, someone's going to come in with a giant popcorn bucket, and you're going to be sitting there through three loads before you get to your popcorn bucket. TWCC 406, the only 25 movie I'm keen to see. Day one is Mission Impossible. Don Minak, I'll see 1 through 3 and 6. Can't see 5 or 10 are on that graphic. 5 or 10. Okay. He's saying, you can see it now. I am Luke's father. None of these have my interest. 2019-2024 has ruined Hollyweird and not interested. Ken Wolf, looking forward to Snow White the most. Won't watch it, but the content will be amazing. Yeah. Angst Kitten for 5. Have you seen the Aussie indie Bird Eater? It is a super strange marketing approach with all the critics supposedly calling it simply feral.
I have not.
Okay, you're gonna have to read the next one. I got a
Bird Eater.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you're gonna have to read for me. I'm gonna unload my face.
Okay. William for 2 says 5-gallon Home Depot buckets about to be brought in. That will be weird. So, wow, this list did not put Wicked Part 2 on it because I think the movie underperformed. I thought it would be $1 billion movie. Iterator says 2025 looks bleak. And Patrick Lemire, Avatar 3 will have competition this time. There was literally nothing in theaters versus Avatar 2. 3 will not do as well. I would agree with you, Patrick. Yeah. You want to say something, Alan?
No, I'm good. I've said it all.
Cool. Well, there you go. Most anticipated, not a surprise. Now, let's go to, there are a couple more stories before we wrap up today, real quick, Alan. Our writers are turning against us. People may not be aware of this, but Film Threat has a website called filmthreat.com. Alan writes for it. I mean, your reviews are almost daily, but you write many reviews in a given week. And what I'll just say is this, is that Film Threat represents many different opinions. So the opinions expressed on the YouTube show are mine and Alan's, right? Those are our opinions. The website represents about 30 writers that write for us worldwide. We have writers in India. We have one in South Korea who teaches English as a second language. We've got writers in the UK.
Canada.
Most writers, though, are here in the US. I'd say more than half, but we do have some international writers. And I'll just say this, the opinions are diverse. So a diverse group of opinions. There's even like, we don't talk about politics on our chat board ever. It's usually wishing people happy birthdays, and we wish people happy holidays based on the holiday. But I'm glad there's no devolving. I think mainly it's because most of our writers are older. We don't fight. We're all, I'd say the average age is 40s of all of our writers. But at times opinions really differ. So I don't want people to get confused. If we give a great review to something, you read the website, you're reading probably a different writer's opinion. That's cool. I love that. I love different opinions. I love talking about film, and I love, like, convince me. I want you to passionately explain your opinion to me. My mind could be changed. But you want to point some stuff out, Alan. I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah. All right, let's so Nosferatu. I mean, you and I both loved. You loved, I liked Nosferatu.
Yes, I loved it.
Okay. And so I can't write every review that comes out. So I pass it on to others. Our Nosferatu review written by Bobby Lapierre. Bobby is one of our horror writers. He's
very prolific. I mean, not a week goes by he doesn't have more than one review.
Yeah,
he is very passionate.
Yeah, and he loves horror. He loves puppet horror. So there's a lot of puppet horror films there.
A lot of low budget horror, like trauma stuff.
Yeah,
we always give it to Bobby.
Yeah, and so I don't. I review a lot of the Hollywood films. I like to give some out to our writers. Bobby is one of our assistant editors, so I say, hey, you want to review Nosferatu? And he goes, yeah, absolutely. And if you go down, he gave it a 2 out of 10.
Oh man!
And so, as you know, so the contrast here, the juxtaposition here is, you and I gave it very positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Nosferatu got a 2 from Film Threat.
What does he have to say? Read one of the relevant paragraphs.
Yeah, here we go. Nosferatu is a failure on almost every level. Depp is hopelessly out of her depth, failing to portray mental anguish convincingly. Her body shaking during the seizure convulsions is very cartoony and over the top, turning what should be intense and dramatic into something silly. I literally laughed out loud in my packed theater every time she convulsed. Holt is a typically reliable and affable screen presence. Is not only not very good here, he comes across as inauthentic and stiff, perhaps was intentional to showcase how the characters think societal norms are in a society, but don't suit him. I'll respond to it by saying I think Eggers was kind of going for a melodramatic tone when it came to the normal people. I mean, you look at Aaron Taylor Johnson's character. He was very acting very much like he was coming out of a silent movie, and I think that's the tone that was going for. And I get it. If you didn't have that conceit walking into theater, you might not think that and think all these performances were bad. And I think all of those were meant to pay homage to the silent era and the style of acting and directing at that time.
Yeah. There's another review that also had kind of a take that was a different one, A Complete Unknown.
Yes. So
I can share that. Why don't you read it, Alan? I know
Okay.
you already have it up there, but I'll share that review.
But I mean, that was on my top 10. Was it on yours as well, or?
No, it was honorable mention, and I did really like it a lot. But
Yeah. So Michael Talbot Haynes. I will say this about Michael Talbot Haynes. Yeah, you got to click the
yeah.
the
I
box.
have to subscribe to the newsletter.
Yeah, I'll say this about Michael Talbot Haynes. He likes everything, and he
likes the movies. He likes the movies assigned to him. He is a music buff, so music documentaries, music related things. So like Bobby's. I've been reading Bobby for years. Bobby Lapierre. He likes exploitation, horror, low budget horror. He's that expert. Michael is music movies, anything music, documentary, music world, music related. So if he doesn't like something, it says something. What does he say?
Yeah. So he gave a Complete Unknown a 4.5 out of 10, which is a negative review. Just reading someplace. Joan Baez. Okay, so he's a music guy. He loves music. I will tell you that he hates Dylan. And so maybe that was something I should have expected. He wasn't going to see this movie, but his wife made him see it. So that's how we got the review. I like this part. Joan Baez, one of the greatest musicians of all time, is reduced to an undershirt nipple close-up, to a lacy underhaul stand-in. Even Johnny Cash acts like Carl Spackler, drunkenly careening around, chasing invisible gophers. Even the finale, where Dylan goes electric, is cinematically just a golf course blowing up. If this sounds fun to you, that may be because you do not recognize Caddyshack as a shit-filled cavity of a motion picture. So just know that The Complete Unknowns comes off as really boring throughout.
Wow. Well, you know what? I like different opinions, and I like Michael. I really do trust him when it comes to music docs. He'll rave about some music doc that I haven't heard of. And that's the thing. The film world, I mean, we review probably on YouTube almost I would say 400, not 400, but maybe close to that. Between 300 or more movies in a year on YouTube, because we review the movies coming to theaters, including indies. That's a lot on a weekly basis.
Yeah,
and that collectively we do probably close to 400 between you and I a year.
Yeah.
The movie, so many more come out on VOD, on demand, on streaming, on whatever. So luckily we have a whole stable of writers to contribute reviews, about 2,000 a year.
Yeah, and contrary to popular belief, we don't go out of our way to dislike movies. If you look at the Film Threat page on Rotten Tomatoes, I would say 95% of the movies are positive. I
don't know about that.
I would say recently it has, and it's just because again, we're an outlet for independent films, and we're just not in the we're here to uplift independent films, and so if there's any conceit that sways the bias, it's that I try to match up a movie with a writer who's gonna more likely like it than others.
Yeah, like a music doc or whatever.
Yeah, like we have a writer who hates musicals. I would never give that writer a musical,
right?
Because I already know what it is. And if I write a negative review, or if anyone writes a negative review, that to me there has to be a reason for it. And
what was that, Alan?
That was my watch going. I actually hit the face of my watch, and
that's funny.
Yeah. So I was kind of expecting a negative review for A Complete Unknown. I wasn't for Nosferatu.
Well, I like both of these movies, but our writers are free to have their own opinions. Let's go to your comments here.
All right, John Hu became a YouTube member. Hey,
thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Really Old Movies, member for 2 months. Do you need writers for old Hollywood movies? Hail.
We haven't done that. Occasionally we get requests, and Alan will review every Godzilla movie or something.
Mm-hmm.
I you gone back and like, oh, we should have a review of that. I would go to filmthreat.com, go to contact, and talk to Alan.
Yeah, I mean, right now, like I said, we're here to uplift and support independent films, and that's kind of our focus at the moment.
Well, also movies in theaters, but old movies. If you want to, like, yeah, we could do that. Contact Alan.
Yeah, contact me. I think if I did it, there'd have to be some relevance to why that movie is being reviewed today. Like I just reviewed the original Nosferatu, and that was because the new one is out. Stubble McShave for 50 Swedish krona. My most anticipated movie is Project Hail Mary. Not sure if it's 2025 or 2026 though. Yeah. Andrew Cram, member, gifted 5 Film Threat memberships.
Hey, thank you so much.
Modest Mike for 2. I think Wicked will bring back wokeness.
It's not. It was kind of before all that stuff. So
yeah, let's put it this way: the press tour brought back wokeness.
Yeah,
the movie didn't. Andrew Cram, member for 11 months. Thanks for the honest content, Chris and Alan.
Oh, thank you so much.
Modest Mike for 2. Nosferatu is like a novel of the 1922 film.
Yeah, it's more based on that original movie with, I mean, it's also very true to Germany at that time. So more comments here.
Hank Hill, if you only listen to one opinion, you go through your life thinking you're always right while life constantly proves you wrong. Yep. Corky's chilling. Agree on Lily Depp's performance. Paul Santella, Nosferatu was awful. The plot was thin, at odds with its theme at times, and it formed no bond to its character. Awful storytelling.
Well, it's an accurate adaptation. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I actually like the cinematography.
I did as well. It was
the composition. To me, that was the movie. It wasn't necessarily the story, but it was the way it was shot that I appreciated the most. Happy Console Gamer for 10 Canadian. Hey guys, yeah, I was so confused when I saw Film Threat Metacritic score for Nosferatu. I thought it was you guys.
Yeah, that's why you have to look like I feel like I'm responsible for what I say and my opinion. I'm not responsible for Alan. He has the right to have his own opinion. So like the outlet as a whole represents many different opinions, and we may have multiple. It's rare that we have multiple reviews on the site, but you get 2 points of view on a movie here on YouTube, and you can compare it against, the written review on the website, and all 3 can disagree, right? So I think that's good because you are capable of making your own decision.
Yeah. I mean, the idea that this is Film Threat's opinion of the film, it would be a false one. It's our writer's opinion.
Let's talk about a movie, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Fowl. I am a fan of the Wallace and Gromit movies. I think they are hysterical. The claymation from the animation studio is top notch. I've always loved their claymation stuff. There's these movies have gotten better. I don't know if I could say this is the best of the Wallace and Gromit films, but the commentary that is made in this movie with regard to technology making things easier in your life, which leads to a double-edged sword. This is hilarious. The epic nature. I mean, there's an action scene on a train that is insane. That just is like right out of a big budget action movie.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah. It's like a Mission Impossible with clay. I mean, I know the stuff is enhanced with, computer stuff, computer CGI, but wow, I loved it. I was fortunate to see it in a theater. It's out, I believe, today or in a couple days.
I believe it's out today on Netflix.
Yeah. And cannot recommend enough. Probably one of my top in terms of animation, one of my top of the year.
Yeah, it's funny.
And-
You're right. It's not my favorite Wallace and Gromit movie, but it is to me the best animated film of 2024.
Yeah, this along with Wild Robot, but I I can't rave about it enough. It's so clever, and much of it comes from like there's no dialogue.
No, there
I
is.
mean, well, there
Wallace-
are scenes or characters that do not speak dialogue. There are characters that no dialogue is spoken.
That's true.
The Fowl referenced in the title
Yes.
doesn't speak a word, but expresses so much. So it has almost a silent movie-like quality for some of the comedy.
Mhm.
So I love it. It was delightful. It was not a boring moment. Loved it from beginning to end. Had a great time. Alan?
Yeah, I agree. I brought my daughter to see it as well. And look, laughing out loud in a movie has been very rare these last few years. And this movie made me laugh out loud. Feathers McGraw. This is from The Wrong Trousers. It's kind of a sequel to that. In terms of there's dialogue, it's Wallace, and it's also the AI robot he creates called Norbot, a smart gnome as it is. And it's just it holds true to the the conceit of the original series. It's where Wallace is this prolific inventor who, left to his own devices, would have killed himself long ago, and his dog Gromit is there to in the background protect him and save his life. And I agree. This movie has an epic nature to it. The vastness of this train sequence is incredible. There's also tension. Wallace and Gromit kind of have a falling out midway through the movie, and to kind of see that play out. So there's just compared to like the shorts that come out of Wallace and Gromit, this one really has a heartfelt story behind it. And Feathers McGraw here is the things he does is hilarious. Just the evilness, the contrast of a penguin disguised as a rooster. It's just so clever the way they play it off. Highly recommended.
Yeah, and I'm saying there are parts, there are characters that do not speak, and sequences where you can't be on your phone and watch this. You have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Because there are sequences with no dialogue where a lot happens. You need to pay attention. So I appreciate it for that.
Yeah, one thing that I connected with was, so at the beginning of the film has Wallace creating a smart gnome. It's a AI robot called Norbot, and he programs it to help Gromit with his garden.
Right.
Recently, my garden has been invaded by a mouse, and everything I've planted so far has been destroyed by this mouse. And it just reminds me what Norbot does to Gromit's garden.
Well, do yourself a favor. It's on Netflix now, and I loved it.
Yeah, and grab the kids. Watch it with the kids.
Let's go to your comments.
All right, Nerd Far Away. Let me do this. Nerd Far Away. Ooh, I'll take a Wallace and Gromit movie any day. That is something to get excited about. Calvin Martin. The train was more intense in The Wrong Trousers. Okay. Zoomiest. Has there ever been a bad Wallace and Gromit? No. It's like
there hasn't been a bad one.
Yeah, like Paddington. One Punch Tolkien fan. Love Wallace and Gromit. Aaron Charman, one of the funniest movies of 2024. Yes.
100%, Aaron.
Knee Pain gifted 5 Film Threat memberships.
Hey, thanks, Knee Pain. It's awesome.
Okay,
Awesome. I have to see your latest video. It's in my queue.
Okay. And Patrick Lemire of Mice and Ing. Yeah.
Well, we're going to leave it
I'm
there.
trying not to murder this mouse, but I'm getting close to it.
And a real quick reminder, Se7en is in theaters in IMAX. I have tickets to see it tonight at the AMC Burbank 16. So it is back in theaters. I happen to love these IMAX re-releases. So this is your reminder to see it today. IMAX. And there are very few seats. I have my seats might be a little too close to the screen, closer than I like, but I always I saw Interstellar recently, So IMAX has an email list. You can get the list of movies that are coming out and re-release. I'm shocked they do so well. Interstellar, they extended the run. It was doing so well. I expect the same for Seven based on the ticket sales. Movie theaters have to survive. And for them to survive on re-releases like Fathom Events and others, I mean, it's sad that that's what it comes to, but I really would like to see a combined. What is the combined box office for re-released films to theaters? I'd like to see that because my guess is it would be significant. We'll do a whole segment on that because it can't be a small number, because every time I go to see one of these, I mean, The Goonies is coming out in like a month, right? It's these re-releases do incredibly well. And what I don't like is that they're saying it's one day. I think it'll stick around, but it's in select theaters January 3rd only. Don't expect that it'll get extended, but it's something worth knowing. So get out there and see it. If you never get, and a lot of it is, it's a whole new generation of film fans. I saw this in the theater when it first came out, and it blew everyone away. Blew everyone away at the time in the 90s. Oh my God. So
I have the Interstellar box office here.
Yeah, no, it did very well.
Yeah,
it did very well.
8.2 million.
Yeah. It was only a couple hundred theaters. So yeah, and let me just share here.
And it was also, IMAX premium screen.
Go to the IMAX website. They list what's coming. They have this movie. I've already got tickets for it, Becoming Led Zeppelin. I plan to see that. So that's Nosferatu, obviously already in IMAX, and A Complete Unknown IMAX. But these re-releases are always really exciting. So I'm on the IMAX email list. So, I see what's coming, and I always grab those tickets.
Yes.
Past that. So the Led Zeppelin one looks good. I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
Early access February 5th. I plan to see that. So that's good.
Yeah. Please bring Xanadu to IMAX.
Yeah. We'll do Xanadu. So that wraps it up for us today. We'll be back Monday on our regular schedule with Versus to kick off the new year. Hollywood on the Rocks. Our normal Film Threat Friday live cast.
By the way, what are we doing Sunday?
Oh, right. Yes. Sunday. We are doing a watch party for the Golden Globes. The Golden Globes watch party is coming. Alan and I will be, people are already in the chat for the Golden Globes. This is crazy. Our Golden Globes watch party, that's Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to watch the Globes and comment. So we start an hour early. We'll show videos, give predictions. I have my predictions, and we'll go through and watch it. But these watch parties are really fun. Special guests, Kira Lynn is coming as Robert Meyer Burnett.
Excellent.
A lot of Badger, I think, will be here. Dante, a whole bunch of, it's like a Versus meetup to watch the Oscars. So with special guests, Az is traveling, but he said he'd pop on for a bit. So join us on Sunday night for our Golden Globes watch party. I've got lots of things queued up for that. Actually, I have. Should I give you a tease? A little tease of the watch party? What are we doing?
What are you doing?
What am I doing? I went to the this is what is all this?
Hey Burnett, you're getting harder to understand than me, my brother.
We have major special guests. Look at this.
Oh, looks like this beach was a little too much beach for you, Ken.
If I wasn't severely injured, I would beat you off right now, Ken.
I'll beach off with you any day, Ken.
Hold my ice cream, Ken. All right, Ken, you're on. Let's beach off.
Did Simu just all of a sudden become good looking?
He looks very good. He looks very good. So there's a lot of crazy stuff here. So come join us on Sunday night. We're just chilling. Unfortunately, there's a really critical Sunday night football game between Minnesota and the Detroit Lions at exactly the time of the awards. I will have 2 screens up for myself to watch the game and the awards. So there you go.
I guess we could run the awards on that TV.
Yeah, run it and just put a little thing over it. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah.
But no, it's going to be crazy. Lots of special guests.
Tom Hanks has just been cast as Joe Biden in his life story.
Has he?
Play that clip again.
He oh my God. He
Play
could
it.
be.
Play it.
Hey, Chris Gore, can I come to the watch party? I promise not to fall down.
No, play the Tom Hanks thing again.
But we had the real Biden. Who needs Hanks?
No, I'm saying he's doing it. Joe Biden.
He could play Biden. I can see that happening. And we're not going to have any snafus.
Oh, wow.
That's your reminder to subscribe. Okay, that ends it for us today. Thank you for shoot.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
got some supers here.
All right, Modest Mike for 2. 7 will 7 in all in theaters all weekend long.
Literally 8 words to read. 7 will be in theaters all weekend long.
I'm sorry, what?
Forgot the word.
You're
be.
adding words to the chat.
Helen.
Modest Mike, me too at Metreon 16. Is the Metreon still open? Okay.
That's crazy. It's still open. And Uncle Remus, what's in the box? What's in the box? That will happen.
And it'll be in grand IMAX.
And thanks to our mod, Lord Thoth. Thank you to Atomic Lori. Thank you to Glenn Nuccio, our producer, making us look good. Have a subscribe to the channel if you have not. We appreciate you. And follow us on all the things. So thank you again. The holidays are over. I'm bummed about it, but whatever. It is what it is. I kind of worked all through the holiday. Didn't have much of one, but maybe I'll get some rest this weekend. We'll see.
Maybe.
Alan,
let's get out of here.